ready for the bass. My DJ, yo, get on the case.
Alright, pretty long night tonight. I just completely finished the advertisement, which means that all of my products are finished, not necessarily printed, but they're finished in terms of being created. The movie was first. Let me talk through it chronologically. So we made a really rough storyboard. This was a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a process journal. I made this storyboard, which featured two scientists working on creating the ultimate fast food, the Döner burger, and featured a machine which looks pretty similar, actually, in real, to how it does in the storyboard. We tried to follow that quite strictly. And from this relatively simplistic idea, we developed it quite a lot. So we asked different people to help us because just us two, if we were both going to act, there wouldn't even, we'd need someone to film it straight off the bat. So we asked a friend who was making a movie for his personal project. We knew he'd be skilled and he has a camera and stuff. Robin Hiltel, to film our movie. And we also asked him about tips on how we should structure the movie and how we should edit it as well. So credits to him for that as well. We worked quite hard on it. On filming it, we did it in one lunch session. And we have about a minute and a half of video material, so we worked quite efficiently. Pretty much we decided to film the different clips chronologically. We asked Miss Pritchard if she could give us two compounds or elements or whatever that fizz that are relatively impressive. So she also gave us universal indicator, which allowed us to have different colors, and as it fizzes, the color changes and stuff. So it's really cool. It gave it more of a scientific atmosphere as well. Miss Galea was supervising, I'm pretty sure. We filmed this, and I made the box. Patrick made some of it. I made some of it. Pretty much it's Whiskas, like cat food boxes that I spray painted silver, and I had this tubing that I just sort of glue gunned onto it, and also I wrapped aluminum foil around it, and I had a polystyrene ball, and I also wrapped aluminum foil around it, and it looks relatively uno secundo. It looks relatively cheap and sort of, I don't know, toyish, but for the kind of resources that I have, I wouldn't really expect more. And it also adds a little bit of humor to it. I don't know. It's kind of ironic how we have this extremely serious ad, and then this sort of aluminum foil ball, which is representing like a Tesla coil and stuff. It adds humor to the advertisement. And just to explain the ad really briefly, the two scientists the chronological order is, first of all, it's after they're done making it. So Felix, who we asked, who is a drama student, we decided he would be an actor because I needed to direct while Robin filmed, and Patrick also acted. So he holds the and it's pretty much they're completed with it, and they're sort of reflecting on the process. And the voiceover talks about how it's extremely difficult to produce the best fast food and stuff. And then we show different scenes of the scientific compound sort of fizzing, and this machine being built with a screwdriver and screws and stuff. So it's sort of a montage kind of Um, and then how one of the scientists places the doner in one side of this machine, and the other scientist places the burger in the other side of the machine, and they sort of like fuse together to become the doner burger, which scientifically is impossible, but um, never mind. Um, so yeah, then Felix beholds it and bites into it, and it's crescendo in the music, and he smiles, and everything's lovely. And then we show the logo. Um, so overall, the advertisement is 1 minute 30 seconds long, which is 3 times as long as our specification stated. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether we regard this as a good thing or a bad thing. It's sort of good in the sense that we have more content and we get to explain the story slightly better, and we have more shots and it took more effort. But it's sort of bad because we have to change our specification to a 1 minute 30-second ad, which is unconventional for fast food products. All the other ads we researched, I think, were around the 30-second mark. 30 seconds is the maximum time that an advertisement can be on YouTube before it can be skipped. So that's worth looking into, and I mean, if we interest the viewer enough, then they won't skip it. So, I don't know. And 30 seconds is also relatively appropriate in TV because it makes sense, and I think it has like the viewer's attention, the maximum attention span. So I don't know, we got to tell the story slightly better and a little bit more detail in all of the shots and longer shots of the product, which I think adds to it. In fact, I don't know, I think it improves the advertisement quite significantly to have it that long, disregarding, or even with the drawbacks in mind, it's still an improvement. So yeah, then I had to start editing, and editing is not that easy, in fact. So I had to, it wasn't intuitive, so instead of like doing it completely without research, I had to research, and yeah, I watched some YouTube tutorials for that. I have them cited, I'm pretty sure, in the bibliography. And once again, I asked my friend Robin, who also helped us film the advertisement, since he's done this quite a lot, and for his personal project, he solely focused on the movie making aspect. So I asked him for some tips as well, and I interviewed him about what we could do and what would look good. So once we had this, I wanted to find a music track, so I just found one that matched the events in the advertisement quite exactly, so that the crescendo happens at about 1:10, where the burger is completed, and I don't know, the climax happens, I guess. And then once we had done this, we decided we wanted special effects as well. It doesn't look quite as impressive as we had hoped, just with the camera shaking a little bit. On the machine itself, it didn't give the effect that we wanted, so we decided to get special effects to improve it, which Robin did. So we gave him the video clip that required this, and using an effects program, he made that, and we're very pleased with it. It looks great. It adds a lot to the advertisement, and it's a very valuable piece. So I'm glad we made the decision to include it. And then I found some sound effects pertaining to the lightning and shocks and stuff, which I also have. So yeah, then to further improve the advertisement, we were always considering having a voiceover to sort of explain the events a little bit better, because some viewers that we asked, people who were testing the advertisement, said they didn't quite understand the plot, and they didn't understand what this was all about, and they said that some of the things looked indistinct, like the doner kebab that we used in the advertisement was already a day old. so it doesn't look as good as it could, so we sort of hid it a little bit. So yeah, we asked for feedback, and people told us that they needed a voiceover. So I have a friend who, for an English project last year, narrated a gothic short story which turned out really well. Alex Meyer. So we kindly asked him to do the voiceover for us, since he has a more natural voice for trailers and stuff. It sounds a little bit more deep and intense, which of course suits the atmosphere of our advertisement. So we got together in a lunch period and recorded the audio for that, and added it on top. And in this complete state, the advertisement is very good. We're very pleased with it. So sort of reflecting on it, it's better than we thought it could be. I'm pretty sure we met all of our specifications other than the 30-second rule. We have it in 720p quality. It's a relatively the cutting and editing is on a professional level. The effects are on a semi-professional level. To a professional level, there's a relatively there's a gray area sort of there. And the voiceover, of course, adds a lot to it, which wasn't in our specifications, but since it's added to it, it doesn't conflict with any specifications, I don't think. So, yeah. In conclusion, the advertisement turned out really great. We worked very efficiently on that. We shared a lot of the work. So yeah, it turned out really great, and we had all these people helping us, which we are citing in our bibliography under interviews, because we sort of interviewed them to find out what they were doing. And sort of in conclusion, yeah, it turned out great, and we're done with all of our products now. That was the last thing we needed to do, which I finished now on Thursday or Friday. No, this Friday. Yeah, I finished it on Friday. Today's Friday. Yeah, so it's great, and I'm content. And now I just need to finish the just need to finish the report, which is going to be quite well, not quite difficult, because I already have a quarter of it, but it's going to be quite time consuming, and I still have to edit these process journal videos, and add our intro and upload them to YouTube for convenience. So yeah, we need to get that underway, and I think I have 3 or 4 more days left, but I'm gonna get done with everything. I just need to write the report, and I have 3 days for that, which is more than enough time. So yeah, everything's fine. We made a lot of decisions during the movie, what angle we wanted to take. It was a decision-making process, how we sort of came together, and we were like, I think I want to take a sort of view of the burger from below, and that sort of helped a lot. Very similar to the photo shoot of the burger, where we also kind of came together and we were like, alright, if we take a picture from below, it'll look larger and more intimidating and more impressive, so we took a picture of that. And combining all these small decision-making steps, we created something which surpassed our ideals, what we had set out to do, and that's sort of very valuable. And yeah, now I just need to finish my report, and Patrick also, I think, just needs to finish his report, since this process journal is combined, and the products are combined, so we're almost finished.
Ready for the bass. My DJ, yo, get on the case.